into a drummer. Walk him outside, now he got the llama. I took that Maybach where the J's at. Tell my brothers ball 100 summers. All my niggas know, run up them numbers. Fuck it, run up them numbers.
One bad bitch, and she do what I say so. 2 big 40s and a big ass Draco. 3 more millions when you ask how my day go. Put up a phone, now the blueberry fango. 1 false move and we straight to the short shit. 2 small bands just to take you out real quick. 3 more hoes, pull up on fucking shit, that's how it goes. Big bands, I'm coming straight. 1 bad bitch, and she do what I say so. 2 big 40s and a big ass Draco. 3 more millions when you ask how my day go. Put up a phone, now the blueberry fango. 1 false move and we straight to the short shit. 2 small bands just to take you out real quick. 3 more hoes, pull up on fucking shit, that's how it goes. Big bands, I'm coming straight. I'm with my niggas, yeah. We some rock stars, and I'm with my niggas, yeah. Can't get walk hard, this not my dick, little bitch, my Glock hard. Straight to the cash, I'm a trap star, straight to the bag. I'm the nigga, got me some gas, rolling up some cash. Yeah, I got me some. I ain't fussed yesterday, I'ma fuck some. One bad bitch and she do what I say so. 2 big 40s and a big ass Draco. 3 more millions when you ask how my day go. Put up a phone, now the blueberry fango. 1 false move and we straight to the short shit. 2 small bands just to take you out real quick. 3 more hoes, pull up on fucking shit, that's how it goes. Big bands, I'm coming shit. 3-0, clipping my Nina. On my toes, Gucci Valentina. She on go, yo bitch for the team, cause you know your bitch want a winner. I just went back to my city, and you know they all fucking with me. But it ain't safe, pose with me. I'ma chase bands till they end me. Bad bitch, and she do what I say so. 2 big 40s and a big ass Draco. 3 more millions when you ask how my day go. Put up a phone, now the blueberry fango. 1 false move and we straight to the short shit. 2 small bands just to take you out real quick. 3 more hoes, pull up on fucking shit, that's how it goes. Big bands, I'm coming straight. 1 bad bitch, and she do what I say so. 2 big 40s and a big ass Draco. 3 more millions when you ask how my day go. Put up a phone, now the blueberry fango. 1 false move and we straight to the short shit. 2 small bands just to take you out real quick. 3 more hoes, pull up on fucking shit, that's how it goes. Big bands, I'm coming straight.
This shit on TNT.
E-Mac on the fucking track.
I say, yeah. Look, in the back of the Benz, I just got it painted. The grill gold plated, my crib still gated. When we ain't used to have not $1, we was going take it. Robberies and grand theft autos, I can't fake it. They told me don't be tripping about it, I can't save it. A whole lot of money bring problems, but if a nigga play, we gon' get him murdered tomorrow. Wanna see me demonstrate? 87 T-top cutlet, put it on the interstate. Solitaire DR bucket, they can't even see my face. They hope you want me to chase. I don't keep my sneakers late. I don't ride straight 8, my key can't go to no valet. Flew my cars out to LA. I sold so many bows in this bitch, we gon' need to vacate. We been up for some decades. Smoking grade A, but in school I got low grade. Get that boy a box of perfume, he got away. Look, throw that bar 7.62, we don't throw shade. I hope everyone don't hit you, not parlay. Look, I'ma die in these Cuban links, I feel like Rod Wave. Walk through, want me to come through, that's the roulette. What you gon' do when the money through?
I just turned my head.
Love, sex, and music, baby. Let's get it.
One day you just how it feels. Just how it feels. Just how it feels. Payback is a dog.
The podcast is on, gonna tell a Taliban. Reward sponsor, Apple Music, check the sound scan. Ciroc D, plus I got the hottest host with me. Street funny, key serious, we sippin' Remy. You celebrate KJ, we hotter than a chimney. Our podcast built the last flying like a frisbee. Hot topic, steam you up and got you feeling frisky. You won't be bored.
Hey.
Social distance. Don't get him. Don't get him.
No. No, he is cold tripping.
That was cold-blooded.
We was not ready for that. What happened?
Hey, shit happens, man. It's COVID.
Oh my God.
It's COVID.
So listen, everybody's been go-ahead tested up in here. So nobody had a temperature and nobody had no symptoms.
Nobody had a temperature?
Nobody had
a
high temperature and nobody was asymptomatic. So we don't want people to think we out here reckless while the country is in crisis.
I mean, y'all out there protesting and ain't got no mask on, but I ain't gonna talk about it.
And breaking into the wrong malls. But we're gonna talk about that later. We're gonna talk about that, how they going to the wrong side of town and all that kind of stuff. Listen, what's up, Pauline? What's up, Babs? We see you in there. We see you in there. I don't know where Remy went. I guess he coming. So listen, tonight we got a very special guest. But before we get into all that, I gotta let you know that your favorite podcast is sponsored by none other than Red Bull and Havana Spirits. So we want to let you get that out there. Tonight's drinking word is 275. Whenever somebody says 275,
what we gotta do, y'all?
You gonna take a little sip.
Oh, I gotta go grab a drink.
Drink a little drink.
Go grab the drink.
Take a little sip.
Ow.
Drink a little drink.
Ow.
So listen, I guess
we're not promoting going down to 75.
No, drinking. No.
Be responsible as you can be. Responsibility is the key.
I drank one of them new Heinekens and ain't got no liquor in it. She got the big cup over there. Oh shit.
All right, I was trying to wait for Remy to come back in, but I guess he got to go set up in the bathroom. He usually joins us from the toilet.
He got to go put on some brew with some taco powder.
He's gonna call them Taco Hills.
Because he got
that shirt gonna be open.
That Taco Bell meat.
Yeah. He got call that part.
So when the Cuban is glistening on all the body hair.
I'm gonna die in these Cuban links right now today.
Remy, you there yet? You put us on mute and black us out. I saw him get out the car and then he fell. He didn't fall. All right, he'll come in when he come in. So listen, we got a special guest.
We live
from an undisclosed area. We can't tell you where we're at because we don't want the groupies up here trying to catch the rod. But us, come on, man, you showing me what you taking pictures of? They gonna know where we at now. They gonna see that curtain and be like, is that the Days Inn on Del Mabry over there?
Howard Johnson.
Is that the Rollaway Skyway Suite with the jacuzzi? So we have a special guest in the house. The Jayhawk. Oh, the Jayhawk in Nebraska.
Like
Jayhawk curtains.
Yeah.
Taylor Bray know about that. So we got a special guest.
Introduce the show.
Oh, introduce the show. Hold on a second. I'm going straight into the guest.
I'm sorry.
I didn't even introduce the show.
Introduce who you is, Hoppo.
My name
That's why I said the live.
My name is Trina. She's funny.
He's so serious.
So Rock B.
And Remy Rowe is somewhere around here. And we got the baddest audio visual guy on there with us. None other than KJ. Our boy Taylor Bray is somewhere in the cut. So you just tuned in with the livest podcast, Love, Lust, Sex, and Music, all the way from the Tampa Bay area. Tonight we got a special guest here with us. I'm really excited because she sort of come on with us before, and then COVID broke the fuck out, and we didn't know what the fuck was going on, because we had never had no virus like this since the plague, so we didn't know what was going on. They was telling us we couldn't touch each other, we couldn't be near each other, and all that. But
how's she gonna get your boinky up?
Your boinky?
Oh wow.
Listen, I don't know, but I'll talk about that later on my OnlyFans page. So none other than KRuth.
Yeah. For sure. Yeah.
glad to finally, be connected with you guys.
Listen, I see you. I heard you got big things going on up and down 275. 275.
Oh shit. Oh.
275 son dominance X.
Yeah.
I definitely do. That's the new movement.
I saw you out there. I saw you and Head Bustle out there. Y'all were doing some visuals for it.
Yes, ma'am.
Long ago.
Yeah,
So let's talk. Tell us about the female prophet, because that's all I hear when I Google you, when I go look you up, and it say KRuth, the female prophet. Tell us who she is.
Well, I just recently, went through some consultation meetings, and I removed the female prophet from my name due to controversial reasons. But I'll explain where KRuth came from. Ruth is a chapter out the Bible, and I idol Ruth because she's a strong woman. She went through her trials, but at the end of the day, she was loyal. She was humane. She harvested in the field, and by her just staying loyal, she was able to reap the benefits from that. If y'all know the story between her, Boaz, and
yeah, because she laid that Boaz feet, girl.
Yeah.
She laid that Boaz feet.
So that's why
I say that.
With me, going by Ruth, KRuth. And I was born and raised in the church. I started speaking and preaching at the podium, which turned into poetry, which turned into music. So my government name is Shakira, and that's how you get KRuth.
All right.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. We like that. We like that. So you dropped the female prophet, because I can see how it being a little controversial. I can see it being.
Yeah. And at the same time, I never wanted to be placed in a box. Like I get a lot of people asking me, "Are you just a gospel artist, or are you just?" And don't get confused. I'm gonna always mention my higher power. I don't care what the track is. But at the same time, I know I'm not holier than thou. So I don't want people to come off as if I'm talking down or things like that. So we just gonna leave it at KRuth, keep it simple, but still bring enlightenment to my message.
Absolutely.
I was gonna say that your music it's not that city. It don't have that city girl drop down, get your eagle on vibe. It's very melodic. You're very aware. You can tell your awareness is in your music. I was listening to some of the older music. I actually was the one that put it on the Facebook, on the Instagram page when we were promoting, and I went back and pulled one of your old tracks. And I was like, damn, I said, this track a little, she's really out there. She's really out there saying something.
Yes.
Are you a mom? Are you a mother? Do you have children?
No, ma'am, no kids at all.
Okay, so she doing it on see, so she role modeling for all of the little girls out there and all that, the people that want their children to, positive messages. You know what I mean? Because I didn't have my niece get out there and think she was one of the city girls, and I had to smack the mess out of her.
Right.
Know what I mean? But I can see, I'm listening to your music or stuff like that. I can see the influence would totally be.
That was the worst. That was the worst run in music with city girls, man. I hated that shit. I'm so glad music got away from that. Like,
but it was relevant at the time, because it ain't no different than Megan Thee Stallion running right now. What's the difference?
But you know what? No, I think Megan still got a little more substance in her music than city girls.
And tell her her and the baby might as well make a whole album.
She's more entertaining than me. That's just my opinion, though.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, right now.
She definitely showed more skin than them.
That's what the Elites like the most.
Right. Yep. So you know why that goes. So I mean, So jumping in right now, we just gonna get it in. KRuth, right now, the state that the world is in right now, how do you feel music can help and influence what's going on right now with the whole society, especially with, blacks feeling the way they feeling, with the whole, situation of, the untimely deaths and all these different things that's going on, and also the music being relevant to the city right now. How do you feel music is influencing today's generation and the youth, and how do you feel your music can influence the youth right now?
Whew, I got a great answer for that. First and foremost, I know that with everything going on right now, I'll start off by saying this. When you hear the City Girls, it's like I felt like, my generation was more immune to that. Like that's what they want to hear. They want to hear that ratchet shake ass, this and that. When you coming at them with knowledge, it's like it go over their head because that's just not what they programmed to hear. So I feel like right now with everything going on, it won't be so hard to break them walls down.
Yeah.
I feel like this is not even the time for entertainment. It's more so enlightenment than entertainment. And I've always been bringing a message, so it just make it easier. Because I've even had DJs in the club tell me, KRuth, you raw, but it just don't fit. But they got a crowd that they trying to please. So I understand, but I feel like now people are going to be more open-minded. They're going to be able to accept the knowledge at the same time and still bop and dance to the music. And I feel like my generation right now, they on fire. Like they got a fire burning in the inside of them, right? And then it's like it's a desire to eradicate this racism, to just get rid of it. It's no longer acceptable. It's no longer, we just gonna let it be what it is. It's time to eradicate it and get it out of there. So I'm proud of my generation. Because, maybe my peers want to hear what KRuth got to say, with everything that's going on in the world. So I'll continue to go hard with my message because this is the time where we need it the most,
All right. Definitely.
275.
275 on that one.
And the official video to 275 drops tomorrow on YouTube.
Okay. Y'all hear that? Y'all heard that?
Y'all heard that 275?
She said 275 again.
Oh,
275.
Oh.
So 275.
And also I had DJ Sandman and DJ Headbuster. Both of them did some cameos.
Is my brothers from individual mothers. I heard on the low they opening the Jazz House back up this weekend. So that's usually where I see Sandman. He's going to wait a moment because I'm not going in there to be part of that first wave of people that make it. But Headbuster, he's definitely a friend to the show. We just seen him last week, social distancing at his game party. Him and
I didn't leave the nursing home until 11 o'clock. I spend a lot of my time. Music is my first passion, but this is the gig. This is what's paying the bills right now. Some days are longer than others, and I do feel like sometimes it take away from me being able to be out and show face more, when it's time and when it's needed. But I know that in due time, all that's going to work itself.
All that is good. Listen, it all will align when it's supposed to align. It's a reason. It's a reason you there. That's part of. Sometimes it's part of your grunt work. It's part of your mission. And like sometimes I wonder why I'm places or I'm doing things, and then I'm like, this got to be a stepping stone for something bigger.
Yes,
so sometimes it's the setup for something bigger. So listen, tell me about some of your influences, like musically, because we know it ain't City Girls.
Definitely not taking nothing away from the babies though, but definitely I would say I'm always being compared to Dej Loaf, and I personally
you sound like him.
I personally
that's a message.
I was going to ask that since that was got thrown out though. I was like, how have you heard comparisons to the fact that you do sound
it's not
similar, but you sound, I'm talking about voice wise.
Yeah.
Because somebody played something and I just like somebody played KRuth and I was like, damn, that sound voice kind of sound.
I get it all the time. Trust me, no offense taken at all.
Honestly, I was playing it in the bathroom right before I got dressed. Well, touching up before I came here.
Which
and
track?
My daughter was like, you always listening to some. I'm like, I haven't even listened to her in forever. And this is somebody we having on the show tonight. And
right.
Yeah, she thought you were Dej Loaf.
Now, see, I get that a lot. And then I like her too when she first came out because her style, it made me feel more comfortable. Like, I'm not that girly. I'm not a boyish shit. I don't want to be a man, but I'm in between. I like to be comfortable. So when she first came out on the scene, I was like, okay, it's okay to it's okay to be relaxed. It's okay to be comfortable. It's okay to switch it up whenever you get ready. So definitely a 10 for Dej. But Lauryn Hill, that's my baby.
Oh, L Boogie, huh? Okay.
And then and from there it's Marvin Sapp, it's Kirk Franklin, it's Fred Hammond, it's all
right. Well, shut your mouth. I know you ain't said Fred Hammond. Don't you do that.
Listen, that was actually a good versus the other day. It was. With Fred Hammond and Kirk Franklin. I really forgot how many tracks that Kirk Franklin is on.
Oh man.
Yeah, but by default, that's not. It's not fair. Then it's unfair because Kirk Franklin got a lot of hits, but Fred Hammond can go into my favorite group, gospel group of all time, and Commission. If he get to go into that,
you don't know about Commission. You crazy. He's showing out. He's showing out for you, man.
It's a couple of my
I had to reposition because my phone was going dead.
I was like,
so I needed a charge.
And I was really thinking I had forgot about silver and gold. I had forgot about a lot of but I had forgot. And then when he bought Tamla Man out there, I'm like, oh man, now you killing him, man. You killing him. And I had just said previously to that, I was like, you know what? The best verses to me had to be Beanie Man and Bounty Killer because they were you could tell they were having a good time.
Yeah.
You know, going over the old tracks.
So
then when I saw that,
Jill and Erica.
Okay, to me, Jill and Erica, I'm a Jill fan, and I just feel like her and Erica Badu, it was too. I feel like they were too close. It was too. You know what I mean?
Like I enjoyed the T-Pain and Lil Jon battle. That was pretty dope.
Who was that?
The T-Pain and Lil Jon battle.
Oh, okay. I ain't get to see that.
I missed
how many things T-Pain produced too.
Yeah,
I missed the Bounty Killer though. I heard that was epic. I wish I could have caught that one.
That's crazy. That's crazy. So while we on the subject of you loving, you know what I'm saying, L Boogie, the great Lauryn Hill, can we get your top 5?
Legends.
I know you just named Kirk Franklin, Marvin Sapp, Fred. So if you had to give up your top 5 artists right now, or to flip it, if you want to put the top 5 artists in the world that you would like to work with, no matter who would it be?
Oh, that's a good. Well, does Dej Love and Lauryn count in that top 5? Or?
It can.
Okay.
It can. They don't have to.
Well, y'all already know that's them. So let me see here. Oh man, I want to touch the mic with Rhapsody. You know,
wow.
She's a lyricist, so I definitely touch the mic with her. Andre 3000, he's so smooth. I think.
Gotta put him in there.
I think a female track with him, damn man, that's out of there. Now let's see here. As far as a gospel artist, who would I want to work with? No, it'll actually be, what's that new young lady name? Cathrone. What's her name? Bishop TJ's daughter. She got that song. Won't he do it?
Don't you break in the song, girl. Don't do it.
She's cool. So those 3, and then Lauryn Hill and Dej Love. I get to touch those 5. It's legendary. I would have loved to do something with the beautiful Whitney, but she's not here with us no more. So
You know what? I feel like the way technology is set up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Like mixing and cutting.
Listen,
made you a whole new song.
Right.
How many albums did Tupac do after he was dead?
More than
Tupac had a lot of product work.
Yeah.
Okay, how many? He did a whole album.
A whole damn lot.
Biggie duets. He did a whole album, and then Faith Evans did a whole album called Biggie and I.
But they recycled a lot of content on them albums, but on Pop, it'd be new verses.
Right.
Like new
Pop
verses.
Be talking about stuff that's going on in the city right now.
He talking he gonna come out with a song next week talking about the whole looting and everything. You know what I'm saying? He was out there. He would have got a fair Cortez.
We're gonna say, man, Tupac spoke this into existence.
Exactly.
Between Tupac and the Simpsons, I don't know who hit this right on the nose.
The Simpsons.
I don't know.
They got a few. Yeah.
Hey, so
I've been seeing some of the funniest memes.
I got a question for you.
Yes, sir.
If you wasn't doing music, What's the one thing that bring happiness to you that you think you'll be doing?
Well, I would still be more so just speaking.
Okay.
Yeah, I think because like I said, that's
Just
how
motivating people, like public speaking.
Right. That's what it's always been about. But now it's just a beat behind it, you know.
Gotcha.
So it would just be back to that activist in the community, and you know, playing my role inside the church, and you know, without the hip hop side to it.
That's what's up. I like that. That's dope.
Yes, sir.
I think it's dope that I believe it, and that was why it was so important for us to get you on here. I felt like that was such a cool dynamic to you that you know you didn't put your beliefs and religious beliefs down to pick up the mic. And sometimes people get caught. It's a very thin line. You know what I mean? It's a very thin. Listen, Dietrich Hatton tell you about it all the time. It was a very thin line. It's a very thin line, and I know that it's a new movement. So now you know the church is more receptive to different styles.
They were.
I mean, I can remember when you couldn't wear pants in the church house. You know what I mean?
You showing your age?
You know, at the end of the day, I've dealt with backlash. You know, because I mean, you know, even with my sexuality, you know, I know that hasn't always been accepted in the church. But if y'all want to get into how much stuff goes on in the church,
they don't want us. We're not doing an expose on the church.
Shit going to the church.
Hey, you trying to get your whole interview shut down because you know Illuminati, they listening. The Illuminati, they gonna shut it right down. Know what I'm saying? Shut it right down.
Headbuster here right now, sharing your link. Headbuster, what up, Headbuster?
My higher power don't see what they got going on, you know.
Listen, I don't think. Listen. If they thought they saw them, they wouldn't have been showing their tail like they did last weekend. Okay, let's talk about that because the state of the world. Tampa lost all grips of reality last week. Now lately their protests have been real. They have been real peaceful. I know they protested. They went down to Fox yesterday. They went down to Manor because they went to International Mall. They went to some places or whatever. But I remember me and Kiki were at work Saturday, and we got that text message that they were getting ready to loot International, and we had to close the door just immediately.
Man.
And then the next day we didn't open up, and then to come home.
Not now, but right now.
Right now, and then to come home and then turn on the news and just social media and see what they did to University Mall, our own mall, dead smack in the hood. Not to mention, there's only 6 stores in it.
That nobody goes to.
Okay, and it was last night. Me and Kiki were talking to an Uber driver. Our Uber driver.
Not last night, but
was it last night?
No.
A couple of nights ago, we were talking to the Uber driver, and like that mall has a clinic in there and has a
pharmacy,
free pharmacy, so people can get their drugs and stuff that they need for free, and they give to the community. And some of these businesses that they attack, black-owned businesses, y'all took down a gas station that y'all probably still owe $2 to.
Right.
Yeah.
Up the street.
But you know what? Ignorance is bliss, man. That just go to show you that, you know, the ignorance is that those are people that was trying to be an opportunist, and they saw opportunity to take advantage. And
it's just like hypocrites.
It wasn't with the sole purpose of, you know, if you gonna loot and you gonna burn shit. Them people in Minnesota, they burnt the fucking police station. Go burn some shit that directly impact what's going on. Don't go burn your communities and businesses and people that ain't got a damn to do with what's going on.
Listen, Bugatti was waiting for him.
I see.
You know what I'm saying?
Bugatti had the ooh-wop. He had on the bulletproof vest. He was like,
but yeah, I mean, it's just like,
y'all better come on up in here with it. Come on.
Yeah, man, it's just like, you know, all these damn probation officers in town, but y'all can burn one of them motherfuckers down. All these damn federal buildings and courthouse. Y'all
Child
ass on
support.
probation now,
You
probably.
forgot
You know
about the
what I'm
child
saying?
support.
Shit.
They could have went
Yeah,
and
child
burnt the
support.
child support office down.
Hell yeah, burn the child support office
Don't
down.
burn
You
that
motherfucker
down.
take
I need
monitoring
my.
your wages every week.
I'm sorry, Mama. I'm sorry.
I think I got $30.80 this week.
You
Yeah,
got a back pay. They owe
but
you
I'm
back.
just saying, like, they opportunists, man. They was looking for something free. They was trying to come up. You know, the first thing you could hit is a gas station and a shoe store. Like, how well thought out was that? That wasn't thought out at all.
You know what, Remy? And that's the same thing that was going on in Kentucky. You know, they did the
It
same
bothers me
exact
that
thing.
they
They didn't go
piggyback
hit
on. There
the
was a march
suburbs.
earlier that day, and they piggybacked. You know what I mean?
Right.
And it was like they piggybacked off something that was good. And I'm telling you, I saw one of our friends of the show, Prim Diggler, up in the mall today, and he was telling me one of the little youngins that he worked with in the studio or whatever, like he caught a charge for running up in the mall in K&G, and like this dude is a
Who the hell run over the KNG?
Yo, it's a
what? What you
Like
say,
what?
Tina? What?
It's
Like what?
All the charge out of that.
I'm sorry, what?
Stop.
I ain't get it.
But it's a Fed charge because it was the world is still in a state of emergency. So they wanted to catch Fed charges behind this, and y'all out there like Corona had just stopped. Like Corona said, stop, protest, and you know it was just a hot mess. And to see our people like, and wait a second, it wasn't even just our people. There was a lot of others.
Oh yeah, I was gonna just say, you know, I saw a lot of staged.
Yes.
Right.
You know,
Yeah, it was stage stuff.
I saw a lot of anarchists, and first of all, I saw a video of a Caucasian man sitting in a tree, putting the branches on fire right above the Champ store. So that black young man that y'all saw on the news.
But you know they finna rope them off though. It's a done deal.
No,
It's a done deal.
but okay,
deal.
but what I'm saying about it not being thought out is like when they had the hand truck in the safe and they was coming across the street.
You talking about my man?
And the safe fell off.
What you talking about? My man who tried to put the ATM on the bus?
Hey, what was funny though, when they stole that damn train out the mall, I ain't gonna lie.
What you talking about?
No, the
Hey,
SWAT,
Hey,
the SWAT truck
and
was the
and when they took the police horse.
no,
Yo.
the SWAT truck was the
They
one.
stole the police horse. But no, seriously, how does that make you feel? Because you cause
And you said your generation. So
it's like
You on a high for the moment.
you
know how I felt?
and I'm sitting there
One of
watching.
them niggas probably was like, man, I always wanted to ride a horse.
Was in the words. All that came to me was the words of Al Sharpton. Nigga.
But do you feel as far as that, KRuth, that even though that situation happened and pressure bust pipes, of course, because you know what I'm saying, the younger generation, you know what I'm saying, feeling more angry and seeing all the other people around the world looting and feeling like, you know, we can go ahead and do the same thing. Do you feel that the music influences what this generation has going on today as well, as far as how they perceive life? They either want to live their life or feel that their life, they want their life to be that way.
Yes, sir. I think, you know, growing up, sometimes even the things that you don't want to, you know, accept, or if you seeing it in your household or you're hearing it all the time, it's gonna become, you know, something that you end up probably doing or being immune to. So I think the generation, you know, definitely with the way they carry themselves, it's just the end thing. Me personally, I've always felt out of touch with my peers. Like, and sometimes that's why I feel like it's harder to get my music to them, because we got different perspectives of the world. Like, I've always been told, I'm a young body with an old soul, you know, like I've been here before, like, and I've always felt like I can't really connect to them because, you know, some of them got different mindsets. But the music definitely has a lot to do with it. And at the same time, my mom always said, you know, you can't do something to a person and kind of like predict the way that they're gonna react. It don't
That's
work
true.
like it don't work like that. So
That's true.
what they did to the generation 3-4 years ago, that's how they reacted. This a whole new wave, you know. So all the antagonizing, they finally just bit back. Not saying that nothing is okay, but you know, who's to say, these the boundaries, you know, these the rules, this is how you react to your emotions and your feelings, and this, It ain't no rule book to how to fight back when it comes to racism.
Right, ain't no rules in fighting. Ain't no
Should have
rules.
went to County did it. They shouldn't have did it over here.
He
Yeah,
said,
you go over there with
Personal
Grady Judd
boys,
if you want to.
you go over there with Grady Judd if you want to.
Hey,
You
Grady
would've
be out
been-
there in his truck late night for real.
You would have been assassinated. They would have assassinated you.
Grady said you got 15, 20 minutes. If I circle back around and you still out here,
Dropping a track next week. I've been had it in the chamber since like last year, and I'm dropping it next week called Reparations. You know, kind of like
That's what's up.
spoke this into existence. So I think that's gonna be a good campaign to follow behind. I
I'm waiting
275.
for my 40 acres and a mule for a minute. And they act like they ain't giving it. But listen, I want to talk about something that has been bothering me ever since I've seen it. And it's so funny because I have a Uber driver who's like I don't want to say he's my personal Uber driver, but sometimes I feel like that. And he's a young white male, and he's maybe all the age of maybe like 26 years old. And he's talking today about the state of the world. And then it was the other day, it was a situation where this young black trans woman was attacked. She was attacked and beat while she was out protesting. And my thing was, he asked me how I felt about that because his thing was all, we're out here saying that, Black Lives Matter. But at the same time, this was a black trans person. And my thing is, I always had this mindset of, nobody knows what their mindset is but God. And you have to let people go through what they're going to go through on their own time. So when it comes to people's sexuality and stuff like that, that's not even important to me. The important fact is this was a young black person, whether it was male, female, in between, or on the outside, and she was beaten down like a dog. And nobody stopped it. Nobody did anything, and it was videotaped, and it was in the middle because I don't know how she identifies. If she identifies as a she or but if she's out there protesting, I don't understand how we as black people can do that to our own people when we're out here fighting against the white man and racism.
I mean, I got uncles that I call auntie. I got an uncle that's a transvestite, and that has never changed his heart and how he carries himself. In fact, I grew up around more transvestites in my family than normal, because rather it was my mama having them as a friend or them just knowing someone in the family. I've seen a transvestite come and help my mom with a eviction note, and not even a straight person in the family was able to do that. So it's never about judging them when it comes to that. I don't have a problem with it at all. I grew up around it, and
it just kind of like it just broke my heart because you saw everybody videotaping it, but nobody was stopping it, and it was young, and not for nothing, it was young black men that were beating her down. I mean, it even goes on the concept when your mother tells you not to put your hands on women. You know what I mean? And like everybody was just recording it. And I'm like, this digital age is a gift and a curse.
It
to
is.
an extent. It's a gift because now we have documentation to an extent of things that are happening. But it's like, my thing is, you can't put that camera down and pull somebody, you know what I mean? Pull somebody off somebody. I remember back in the day, you saw kids fighting or whatever. My mama would stop the car.
And break it right up. Don't even know the kids, but tell them, go home, I'll whip your ass myself.
Yeah.
Yep.
Especially when it be a situation where it's unfair and it's all these people. Yeah, you did that not too long ago. We were at an event and they were trying to jump this little white boy. Little black boy. And it was like, and I mean, it was like a whole little bunch of kids. It was a whole, and some of these kids were like 4, 5, 6 years old, had sticks. Like they was about to jump this kid. And actually, Kiki put the kid in the car and took him home. He lived a little ways home. She took him all the way home, and I'm sitting there like, what happened to those people? Like, what happened to those people that had common sense, common courtesy, common decency?
I mean, they probably just a product of their environment, Miss Trina.
Right. Yeah. It's sad to say. It's so many things that I seen growing up in the hood. I kind of feel like when shit happens spontaneous and pressure on, you only get a second to really react. I've seen people that step in and stop fights that lost their lives, and it didn't have shit to do with them. You feel what I'm saying? Like, I seen people literally try to break up a fight, and they don't want to get stabbed or get shot. So
I can speak on that from experience. I personally have never been in trouble on my own, but I caught my first. KRuth caught her first charge in a self-defense situation defending my mom. And all glory to God, the charges was dropped before I ever made it to court. It's been expunged off my record or whatnot, but that's why I say I gut you like a fisherman, because I literally had to back someone up off of my mom. And I'm not a violent person, but it was just, it happened like this. It's my mom or this stranger,
Yeah, so I say that to say this. I mean, I don't know how I react in certain situations. I could sit here and say, yeah, I would have pushed them off of that person. But then again, another side of me would say, I don't know what that person deserved to get this treatment.
Exactly.
It's two sides to every story. So I could go out there and be the one that want to be the hero and then lose my life behind something that I don't really know what's going on. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah, I think a lot of things you definitely have to
275.
You definitely have to walking in it, because it is a lot of, you don't know what the circumstances are. I think a lot of people, this young girl who actually did the first recording that made it out, she was 17 years old, of George Floyd, and a lot of the questions was, well, why didn't you stop him? Why didn't you stop him?
Yeah, that's the police.
And
like what she was really supposed to do, lose her life. You know what I'm saying? So,
and so
I mean,
and this thing about it like this: if she would have ran up to stop that situation, right?
She would have got made. She would have got shot. Anything could happen. Right.
If she would have ended up in handcuffs, we never would have got that video.
Right. So she did the best thing for the world by filming it and letting the world see it. Because if that video wouldn't have made it to us, it would have been the police word against our word. You feel what I'm saying? So,
it's so funny that you say that. That's so true. I think back on the Trayvon Martin situation and the young lady that was actually on the phone with Trayvon when the incidents were taken, you know what I mean? And I mean, one of the questions they had asked her was why she didn't call the cops. You know what I mean? And my thing is that sometimes, you're right, sometimes in the state of the moment, you don't know how you're going to react. Right. You know what I mean? Sometimes, there's been times I've stepped out on faith and it worked out, but there's been times I've stepped out and it's gotten me a charge too. You know what I mean? So, and it wasn't expunged. It's still there.
Damn.
But so I can understand that, but I guess it just breaks your heart because, it just, it's like, to me, it was one of those situations and where it was like certain Black Lives Matter.
The Lord not gonna put no more on you than you can bear, but at the same time, you got to know what battles to fight.
Yeah, you know what? And it's so funny because I was talking to my grandma. Sometimes we're talking about the peace, the peaceful protests and stuff like that. But I had to remind her that one time Jesus came in there and he flipped that table over. So it ain't always, and everything is, and I agree with Remy. Sometimes when it's too much pressure on a pipe, it's gonna bust.
Exactly.
He went into the synagogue and flipped his head. You forget. I was going to the church for the ministry. I was going to school to be a minister.
You said that you were doing something on the porch steps.
No, I ain't. No.
Hey, y'all don't mind me opening the porch for a drink.
Hey, so check this out. Miss KRuth, I know we here to celebrate and talk about 275 with G. Richard, right? So first and foremost, we want to know how that concept came about and how did you end up linking up with him? And my second thing,
I want to know that because that's very catchy. 275. Yes, you got to be from this area to know what that truly means. So,
and my jam.
And be careful, KRuth. Be careful because if you have any slogan or any saying or anything,
Remy still.
Make
Shut
sure
up.
you copyright it. Make
Shut
sure
up.
you copyright
Remy
it.
gonna sell it.
Because Remy will put it on the shirt tomorrow. Like,
Hey, listen.
that
Hold
don't
up.
sleep. That team
Long
don't
as
sleep.
I get one in my size.
Why y'all saying that, nigga? I got these shirts for sale.
There it is. There,
Oh,
the
my
shameless
God.
plug. There it is. Superb, baby.
I'll be
Hey.
getting with you to get some shirts in bulk, man. I'm gonna reach out to you.
Yeah.
That's the dude right there. He got you.
But I also want to know your
I
concept.
done made a killing today off these
Look at
motherfuckers too.
What
You
am I?
can't hold. You can't bring out $2.
Oh wow.
And then 120. And then I seen the bill.
Hey, you want to see my cash
On the
app?
other side, Remy.
You
I
know
seen
what?
the ones first.
You ain't shit.
He had donated the proceeds.
My bad. I'm sorry.
He had
Hey,
donated.
you want to see my cash app and my PayPal?
Yeah.
Nah, but nah, for real
I'm gonna
talk.
pull out the money on the
Hey,
TV
listen.
though. On the
Right.
screen.
Hey, listen. Nah, real talk though.
Make your money on
I'm
the
gonna take
back.
I'm gonna take a portion
You
of these
should have did like
proceeds.
this.
You gonna do like this?
No. A portion of these proceeds actually being donated to charity of my choice.
That's
I'm,
all.
yeah, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna donate a portion on diabetes.
I don't think Miss Trina believe you, but I believe you.
He said, "Can the charity be her 7 kids?"
Wow.
Also,
You say, can a charity be for your 7 kids?
and the other song that I want to bring up is one of my personal favorites myself. I've been jamming.
Ciroc is a DJ.
Is
so.
Self-Love.
Yeah.
Also, how to come up with that concept, because that song to me is just bananas. It's bananas.
Okay, I got you. So I'll break down both for y'all real quick. So self-love came from me just coming out on the music scene. I started like in Tampa 2000, the end of 2016, right? And I was dealing with prior management. I'm not gonna mention no names, but I'll say that for that time he was resourceful and supportive. But it was the season, and I had to realize that I had to follow what God wanted me to do instead of what man wanted me to do. So of years of just standing at the corner store selling my CDs. Every day we would get up and burn CDs and go to different areas and sell them, and it became exhausting.
I heard that she actually was working though.
She was grind. That's the grind. They don't know that no more.
People put it on SoundCloud and think it's gonna hit.
They put it on SoundCloud now.
I'm grateful for the foundation that it allowed me to build. With me passing my CDs hand in hand. Some days was longer than other days, but I built a core foundation, so I'm grateful. But at the same time, I knew it was much more. I knew it was other ways to. I knew that me standing at Dewey's liquor store every day selling CDs wasn't gonna help me in different regions. So. The topic came up a lot in season that team. We just ended up splitting up because everything was so traditional, and I already feel like it's hard to reach my peers with my message on top of traditional promoting. It wasn't working out, so I went back in and I rebuilt myself. I rebuilt my sound, and that's where self-love came from. It was like, don't put man before God. You got to be able to hear when he's talking and not just when your flesh is talking. And at the same time, when it came to that old situation, it was all about loyalty. You got to be loyal. You got to stick to the grain. Everything we did was 50-50 as far as breakdowns, money and stuff. But when it came to loyalty, it ended up being one-sided. It was like everything he said goes. It was like, I didn't have a voice no more. I didn't even feel myself no more. Like a lot of people that knew me and my family, even they were saying like, they would say brainwash, but more so like I didn't have that light that I usually have. Yeah, they say that I wasn't glowing at the time. They didn't see the light. They saw stress and frustration. So
that's when it's not fun, and that's when it's not fun, and that's when you can hear it in your music too. Once you get rid of that burden, your music get better.
It wasn't fun at all. I felt like I was fighting a battle to get in the game and fighting my own team. So I prayed and I said, God, if I step out on faith with this mustard seed, don't drop me down, So he had my back since I decided to move away and, kind of just step into another lane. He's been helping me and guiding me, and that's where self-love came from. Put self first, but not man before God, And it doesn't mean be selfish. It just means self-love, self-care, things like that. So that's how that came into play, and it kind of just helped me go back to the same, space in my life, self-love.
Right.
This time around, that's how I feel. This time around, everything's gonna work out.
All right.
See what
And then
happens when you put God first?
I went in the
See what I'm
school.
saying? Don't ever let, sometimes your niche or sometimes your hook is not always going to be the most catchy one. It's not going to be what people want it to be. I remember Pink, the artist Pink, when she first came out, they tried to, like, L.A. Reid and them, all those tried to paint her to be like, this Virgil over R&B singer and stuff like that, and it sent her into a depression because it was like the bipolar opposite of the type of artist she was. And then later on, you got to see her real music, and it was like it was different. Like she glowed, like it was a different person. So sometimes getting yourself out of those situations is dope. And you did it. You did it.
I don't know where I'm trying to find my.
So KJ, we got some music. Oh, she fixing it. All right. KJ, while we get situated, can you play some music for us?
Yeah, let's get to some music. 275, y'all. 275.
I'm trying to find my way back.
Oh, he said it twice, and then I said it once. That's 3 sips.
How can I find my way back? Oh, there we go.
There you go.
I'm back.
This time around, putting self first. And I'ma let me down till I hit the hearse. I say this time around, putting self first. And I'ma let me down till I hit the hearse. I can never dumb me down, I'm the only boss. Yeah, I'ma put myself first. How will I love you more than I love myself? You gotta think about that, it's like backwards as hell. You can't manipulate me, you can't destroy my mind. A valuable thing to waste, I need all my time. I stay the same with AC or with the windows down. People switch up like seasons, flopping around. I gotta love myself, I done learned my lesson. Be proactive, gotta count my blessings. Can't let the well one dry, gotta be a little stingy. Crowds come out the bucket when you seem to have plenty. Where the hell were you at when I was stretching those pennies? Why? Cause I ain't showing no sympathy. Avoiding mirrors, lady, that ain't what it is. When you put in all the effort, something gotta give. Listen to sermons, they warn me. I made moves, cut off leeches, made amends. Took time to forgive. Cause loyalty is just a miss. You can waste years. If you ain't Leo, you better change gears. For you be on painkillers, addicted to pills. Cause people say they down for you, but they'll do you in. This time around, putting self first. And I'ma let me down till I hit the hearse. I can never dumb me down, I'm the only boss. Yeah, putting self first. Until the Father done with us, I keep believing. I wake up from dawn to dust and keep on retrieving. It's hard to keep up with the trends when you fighting demons. Execute, look around, it's a winter season. I kill time and take a ride to the thrift store. Because it's good for the mind and good for the soul. I love me and Generico with my wrist froze. Because it ain't about the race, it's about the principle. Invasion of privacy, they impeach me. Had whales hanging over my head, I had the sweet. You win some and lose some, it's bittersweet. Grinding without a lump sum, without a cheat sheet. And I want all of the above, not what's underneath. And this time around, I'ma play for keeps. And I done took a class, I done graduated. I done been on and been off like a masturbation. I done been through the highs and lows like a cancer patient. I done been faced with the trials and the tribulations. I walked through some open doors and had some cancellations. I was thrown in the pit, but I'm still grateful. This time around, putting self first. And I'ma let me down till I hit the hearse. I can never dumb me down, I'm the only boss. Yeah, putting self first. This time around, putting self first. And I'ma let me down till I hit the hearse. I can never dumb me down, I'm the only boss. Yeah, putting self first.
Hello? Okay. I say this time around, putting self first. Yeah.
say I taste like sugar, but ain't shit sweet. We got London on the track. You mad, nigga, your adrenaline rushing. It feel like a bus, but I'm whipping a rave. Got my head to the ceiling, want me in my feelings, only got me feeling the way. I ain't saying I'm addicted, out of restricted, fuck it, cause I don't feel the pain. Let a nigga touch my chain, fuck it, nigga, kill him, fuck it, make it take me away.
I got my dogs in this bitch, I know they gon' shoot shit up. And my little brother turned to a drummer, walking my side, now he got the lumber. I said that Maybach, where the J's at? Tell my brothers ball 100 summers. All my niggas know, run up them numbers. Fuck, run up them numbers.
Yeah. Run up them numbers, okay, see you don't want no thunder. The old Tracy McGrady the one, okay, see you don't want no thunder, yeah. Christian the sweater, okay, Christian Dior the sweater. The double R came with the umbrella. When I put the hoodie on, it get realer.
Put 100,000 in my Prodigy, got some little homies, got some Prodigy, and I spent 500 on Prodigy. Made out the project popping overseas. Shawty gave me sloppy toppy on the seat. I made some cars, you can't cop the fleet. Gotta be an anti-social gangster, cause the feds watching my tweets.
You mad, nigga, your adrenaline rushing. It feel like a bus, but I'm whipping a rave. Got my head to the ceiling, want me in my feelings, only got me feeling the way. I ain't saying I'm addicted, out of restricted, fuck it, cause I don't feel the pain. Let a nigga touch my chain, fuck it, nigga, kill him, fuck it, nigga, take me away.
I got my dogs in this bitch, I know they gon' shoot shit up. And my little brother turned to a drummer, walking my side, now he got the lumber. I take that Maybach, where the J's at? Tell my brothers ball 100 summers. All my niggas know, run up them numbers. Fuck, run up them numbers.
Fuck it, I ran out the numbers, paid up like a plumber and sold out a bundle. I paid out a dip to your honor, went got some combos. You let it get to your head, yeah, I remember when you was a runner. I heard you got snaked by the fed, yeah, say you willing to tell them what up.
I still be chillin' in projects, even though I've been running them numbers up. They used to tell me I'm not next, I'm like, look at me now, I'm running them. And I just hope you never set me up my lifestyle to a regular. And I don't know how I'ma trust again, I swear, or tomorrow I might fuck up your eyes, yeah.
I bust out a piece of the pie, yeah, I wanna speed off in the car, yeah. I got a cup full of hot tea, have a pool party with a passing. We be the top of the top it, deep fuck niggas don't know where to drop it. You won't wanna ride it in the drop it, and he mad at my bitch got a mindset.
You mad, nigga, your adrenaline rushing. It feel like a bus, but I'm whipping a rave. Got my head to the ceiling, want me in my feelings, only got me feeling the way. I ain't saying I'm addicted, out of restricted, fuck it, cause I don't feel the pain. Let a nigga touch my chain, fuck it, nigga, kill him, fuck it, nigga, take me away.
I got my dogs in this bitch, I know they gon' shoot shit up. And my little brother turned to a drummer, walking my side, now he got the lumber. I take that Maybach, where the J's at? Tell my brothers ball 100 summers. All my niggas know, run up them numbers. Fuck, run up them numbers.
One bad bitch, if she do it, I say so too. Big 40s and a big ass Draco. 3 more millions when you ask how my day go. Poured up a phone, now the blueberry fango. One false move and we straight to the short shit. 2 small bands just to take you out real quick. 3 more hoes, pull up, I'm fucking shit, that's how it goes. Big bands, I'm coming straight. One bad bitch, if she do it, I say so too. Big 40s and a big ass Draco. 3 more millions when you ask how my day go. Poured up a phone, now the blueberry fango. One false move and we straight to the short shit. 2 small bands just to take you out real quick. 3 more hoes, pull up, I'm fucking shit, that's how it goes. Big bands, I'm coming shit. I'm with my niggas, yeah. We some rock stars, and I'm with my niggas, yeah. KK walk hard, this not my dick, little bitch, my Glock hard. Straight to the cash, I'm a trap star, straight to the bag. I'm the nigga, huh? Got me some gas, rolling up some cash. Yeah, I got me some. I ain't fussing yesterday, I'ma fuck some. One bad bitch, if she do it, I say so. 2 big 40s and a big ass Draco. 3 more millions when you ask how my day go. Poured up a phone, now the blueberry fango. One false move and we straight to the short shit. 2 small bands just to take you out real quick. 3 more hoes, for the team, cause you know your bitch want a winner. I just went back to my city, and you know they all fucking with me. But it ain't safe, pose with me. I'ma chase bands to the enemy. Bad bitch, and she do what I say so. 2 big 40s and a big ass Draco. 3 more millions when you ask how my day go. Put up a phone, now the blueberry fango. 1 false move and we straight to the short shit. 2 small bands just to take you out real quick. 3 more hoes, pull up, I'm fucking shit. That's how it goes. Big bands, I'm coming straight. 1 bad bitch, and she do what I say so. 2 big 40s and a big ass Draco. 3 more millions when you ask how my day go. Put up a phone, now the blueberry fango. 1 false move and we straight to the short shit. 2 small bands just to take you out real quick. 3 more hoes, pull up, I'm fucking shit. That's how it goes. Big bands, I'm coming straight.
That shit on TNT.
D-Mac on the fucking track.
I say, yeah. Look, in the back of the Benz, I just got it painted. The grill gold plated. My crib still gated. When we ain't used to have not a dollar, we go and take it. Robberies and grand theft autos, I can't fake it. They told me don't be tripping about it, I can't save it. A whole lot of money bring problems. But if a nigga play, we gon' get him murdered tomorrow. Wanna see me demonstrate? 87 T-top cutlet, put it on the interstate. Solitaire Dior bucket, they can't even see my face. These hoes be want me to chase. I don't keep my sneakers late. I don't ride straight 8, my key can't go to no valet. Flew my cars out to LA.
Oh, what it will go?
Bitch, we gon' need to vacate. We been up for some decades. Look, smoking grade A, but in school I got low grade. Get that boy a box of perfume, he got whole way. Look, throw that bar 7.62. We don't throw shade. I hope everyone hit you, not parlay. Look, I'ma die in these Cuban links. I feel like Rod Wave. Walk through, want me to come through. That's the Rolay. Look, what you gon' do when the money through, shorty? Don't keep telling me what you gon' do. Okay, I only talk about shit that I go through. I ain't phony, you gon' do what the who? I ain't homie, lad man, he got track can about the homie. I ain't no cap and I spent your advance on lil' homie. We gon' get it address, we gon' land till the morning. Matter of fact, gon' hit 'em up while I'm performing. I just got another grill, call me Joy Foreman. I just got another meal and I ain't even hungry. All you niggas do it, bitch, you worse than a woman. Anybody get it, nigga? Show me my opponent, I be in the newest shit. I introduce you to this. I put you on my shooter list. Fuck it, let me do the bitch. I been going through some shit. Flip out, get the jeweler hit. On the one like Chris Child, we don't sip on no Cristal. I remember round in that bucket. When we was in that Nissan, they didn't give me nothing. When I was fucked up, my own bitch when they ain't love me. When I ain't have my swagger right, no hoe when they ain't fuck me. I be on some feed the fam shit. I know my mama proud of me. I know that cup real good. I just can't put down that shit. I do it real big, but they don't acknowledge it. Look at where I live. You know I cashed out on it. A condo and a crib. I pay more than 1.5 for it. Every day expensive shit. Everything I'm in be lit. Every time I think about it, I be trying to spend some shit. Long live all of my niggas, so we done came for. Hate I gotta talk to you in the graveyard.
Okay.
I said I wrote I-275 while I was sliding down the interstate with my residents.
KJ, why I can't see you, KJ?
I said I wrote I-275.
Repeat the question again, okay?
All right. So where did you get the concept I-275, and why did you choose to put G Richie on it?
Y'all didn't hear what she just said?
I-275.
You know what? Hold on.
Just let it go.
I hate light skinned people.
You know, light-skinned.
I-275 came from riding down the interstate one day, and I was playing the beat, and I was transporting my residents, and I just started writing. Like every day I get on this van, I'm driving because I'm trying to chase a goal. I'm trying to reach something, and this job is just a stepping stone. But that's where I-275 came from. And I put G Richie on it because, you know, I carried that whole self-love campaign by myself. All my money, all my dollars. Every night I was leaving the nurse home, going home, changing, going to different clubs, promoting with different DJs. So it did well. But I knew it with my next single, I wanted a little help, you know. And he's rebuilding himself too. So it was just perfect to come together and, you know, do the campaign together. And less load off my back, you know, splitting the expenses, and plus he felt the vibe. He was able to connect to the message. So that's how that came together.
Oh, shit. 275. Let me take my mask off. God damn it.
Hey, KRuth, I need a feature, man.
God damn it, yo.
Let it go. Let me know.
Right. Whenever you're ready, K Chills, a 275 featuring G Richards, KRuth, nigga.
Stop import, they say go home. Violence on the beat. Speeding down 275, trying to reach the gold mine. Cause I done took so many losses that it's go time. I saw a nigga gain the world, lose his soul size. I ain't gon' quit till I reach the goal line. Speeding down 275, trying to reach the gold mine. Cause I done took so many losses that it's go time. I saw a nigga gain the world, lose his soul ties. I ain't gon' quit till I reach the goal line. Tease me, please me, supply all my needs. I'm trying to get lobster on the plate, I was eating poker beans. I'm trying to put groceries on the table without EBT. You think you got me figured out, you know the real me. Don't push my buttons, I got you like a fisherman. Shakira Walker, search the name, look up the government. Humble as a lamb till you look up what them charges is. It's a spiritual warfare that we living in. But I be damn, I live on welfare until the end. I ain't promoting violence, tired of struggling. Purchase a house, no section, ain't no botcha in my hand. Wanna take my brothers off the block and build a street team. We hustlers in different forms, but we still hustling. The cards was dealt, I played my hand, I went to shuffling. Trying to underestimate the queen, nigga come again, Speeding down 275, trying to reach the gold mine. Cause I done took so many losses that it's go time. I saw a nigga gain the world, lose his soul size. I ain't gon' quit till I reach the goal line. Speeding down 275, trying to reach the gold mine. Cause I done took so many losses that it's go time. I saw a nigga gain the world, lose his soul ties. I ain't gon' quit till I reach the goal line.
Oh God, I handle business, run the streets like fitness. KRuth speak the truth, so I'm gonna be a witness. Put my life in a booth and found some drugs in it. But I got my name up by the streets, ain't got no love in it. Got a big 4-5 and they got some slugs in it. This is real life, nigga, this is no gimmick. The streets is a critic and I'm looking authentic. My bag is a skirt, why the fuck I'm gon' quit it?
Yeah. 275.
Yes.
KRuth in the building.
Yes.
How far to 275 right?
Now where can I go download this at?
On
where can everybody else go download it?
On all platforms, Spotify, Apple Music, and if you want to purchase it, it is available on iTunes. And the official video will be on YouTube. Tomorrow the video will be on YouTube.
Oh, that's what's up.
But the track is out. Yes, all platforms.
All right. Oh man.
And if you get 275 right now, you know what I'm saying? The bonus track that you'll get Remy. I put that on everything. So you need to go grab it right now. You're gonna get a 2-for-1 special right now.
I appreciate that.
275.
But you gotta go right now 275 and play that.
It's like we gotta go stand in the middle of 275 and show the promo video.
So what type of feedback are you getting, KRuth, for that song right now?
I'm getting good feedback, good traction. I mean, people waiting to see the visuals. I think a lot of people gonna like how I switched it up because, like I told y'all earlier, the whole girly side and all that stuff. But I decided to be a video vixen for this one, so
I was up. I seen on boy G3 Cinema shot this, right?
Yes, he shot Self Love as well. We got a good relationship.
Yeah, man. He clean too. He got some glass work, man.
Appreciate it, man.
Yeah,
Appreciate
glass
it.
work. I fucks with him.
But yeah, the trash and good. A lot of people like the concept. We trying to chase something. And I would say that with everything going on right now, I know it might affect the campaign, because we on a whole new wave. That's why I'm gonna bring them reparations. But I know I-275 is not gonna die out. It definitely,
Yeah, I mean, only thing you gotta do, because this is something that we ain't never had to deal with before, as far as a pandemic.
Yes,
Stop
sir.
tapping her leg, Trina. I see you on camera, nigga. But
We
the
see you
one
picking
thing,
out them nappy ass tails.
hey, the one thing you gotta do, whatever. This
Hold on a second.
called
Time out.
this is
Time
a
out.
black man's
Time out.
beard.
Flag on the play. Ciroc was knocking my knee with his knee, and that's what you saw.
blatantly see her hit me right.
Hey, the one thing you gotta do though is just stay resilient with your promotions, which I'm pretty sure your team is already gonna be on top of that. But just keep drilling it. One thing about good music, it's gonna still do the numbers it's gonna do. You may not be physically be able to be in all the spots that you may want to be personally in person with your fans, but that music gonna spread, man. It's gonna spread even more because now all people have time to do is sit in and download and check out new music. You feel
right?
Me? So yeah, that's real. You got love.
I'm not gonna lie though, this whole pandemic and everything that happened, it did break down a lot of barriers. Like I had DJs that I was emailing, reaching out, DMing way before my self-love campaign started. And then when coronavirus hit, everybody started like responding back to
now they finally checking their DM.
Right.
They ain't got nothing else to do.
So now's the time to take advantage of that attention, because it's like we can't do too much else. So it's good, man. You're gonna be all right, and you got a lot of people that supporting it. I looked on your page, I see a lot of people that's standing behind your movement. So you know what I'm saying? That's real love there. You feel me?
I'm glad it come off and be, perceived that way, because I'm always in the back of my mind, like, I don't have no big hood following me, pushing me. I don't have, a clique of girls. So it's different, because I know it's a lot of
your girls
coming to
Yeah, we in the back like
Hey,
mixtape coming out called Petty for Hire.
Well, I appreciate that though, because I'm the only one right now that's invested in this. I got a team. I got my guy Matt Sign. He a good dude in the community. I'm he's mentoring me and things. But as far as revenue, this nursing home is what what got everything.
What's driving? Yeah, that's what's making things go, and that's real, man. Sometimes
so it ain't. I try to do my best, content and everything. I'm praying for more followers and more exposure, but I don't take for granted not one, not one of the followers that I have, because I know it's gonna continue to build. So
right.
Any artists you want to work with in the city right now, surrounding areas?
In the city right now?
She already said me and Kiki Petty for Hire.
Renman Road, duh.
I like Chameleon, and I like the female Chameleon out of Jacksonville because
Chameleon dope.
Even when she like kind of before she even came to Tempe and started blowing up, I was on some of her old music, and I just like her because the grind. Like we not even in the same lane, but I think when you bring two artists like that together, it'll be crazy. So I definitely like her. I like her grind more than anything. Her work ethic, it shows that females.
I got a female artist I want to introduce you to, and I think y'all chemistry work really well together, because she along the same lane as you.
What's her name?
Her name, you might have heard of her, Quavia.
Oh, I know Quavia. I know her brother Duke, right?
Duke, yeah, Duke. Yeah, they're my cousins.
Yeah, we kind of went to the same high schools and stuff like that.
Yeah. If you cool with it, Quay very talented, and I think y'all music and the level that you on, I think y'all are meshed real well on the track together.
You set it up. She always been like, even the way she dressed, she always been outside the box and things like that. I can see where you're going with it.
Yeah, I set it up, man. We'll make something happen. Put it in motion. You feel me?
Yes, sir. And I appreciate y'all for giving me a chance to come on.
Yeah, I was gonna say, let everybody know where they can find you at on social media.
I go by KRuth Official. You can look KRuth Official up on Google, on all platforms, social media. It's all gonna pop up. KRuth. That's KRuth Official. And my music is K-Ruth on all platforms. You know, I-275, Self Love. That's out.
All the way from Tampa.
Shout out to the hottest
Yes,
KRuth right
Yeah.
now
I'll let you
in
get
the
back
Bay
to work.
Area.
All right. Have a good night. Salute
275. You already know.
275.
The
Hey,
video
listen,
drop
one more
tomorrow.
thing. Thank y'all for bringing me on y'all podcast and not
Oh,
slapping
we
me
enjoy
with a $1,000 fee. I appreciate
Yeah,
it.
make sure you come back and see us like the McReal sandwich.
I sure will. We're going to get some more traction rolling, and when I come back, we're going to have bigger things to talk about.
That's
All right.
For sure, definitely.
All right.
Y'all have a blessed one.
All right.
Bet that. You too.
All right.
And to everybody we love, baby, love, lust, sex, and music. You know, you messing with this podcast here, you got to
You
leave
gotta-
your morals well.
At
the
the
Motherfucking dough.
At the door.
KJ, we appreciate you. KRuth, we appreciate you. Remy Sarant B, she funny and so serious. We out of here, man.
Yo, he's so hungry. He done sped through the ending credits. He's so hungry.
Good night, y'all.
Goodbye. Thank you.
Oh.
It's a spiritual warfare that we living in. But I be damn, I live on welfare until the end. I ain't promoting violence, tired of struggling. Purchase a house, rotation, ain't no vodka in my hand. Wanna take my brothers off the block and
This
build
is
a
Trina.
team.
What the fuck
Hustling in
you
different forms, but we still hustling. The cars were there, I played my hand, I went to shuffling. Trying to underestimate the queen.
Katrina.
Come again, nigga, come again. Speeding down 275, trying to reach the gold mine. Cause I done took so many losses that it's go time. I saw a nigga gain the world, lose his soul size. I ain't gon' quit till I reach the goal line. Speeding down 275, trying to reach the gold mine. Cause I done took so many losses that it's go time. I saw a nigga gain the world, lose his soul ties. I ain't gon' quit till I reach the goal line.